Hello and welcome to the Filmspeak podcast. My name is Dave.
My name's Amanda,
And I'm Adam.
and this is our weekly conversation about movies. So, how is everyone's week?
Adam.
It was pretty good. Just honestly, like nothing to report.
Okay,
Yeah, watched some stuff, but we'll talk about that. It was a pretty relaxed week.
that's good. What about you?
Ate some tacos last night.
Nice. I'm
Crock
jealous.
pot, steak tacos, raindrop, drop top, crock pot.
Love it.
All right.
I finally heard that song, by the way.
That song
I was
fucking
like,
rules.
yeah, it's a good song.
Noisy. Do you know Noisy? They're like Vice's music channel. But they have a show on Viceland, which is like Vice's new TV channel. And they were just like in Atlanta with the Migos crew. And it was fucking awesome.
They're
Is it
from-
Atlanta?
No, they're from Lawrence.
Oh, yeah.
And my dad lives there.
But Georgia, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It's like right outside of Atlanta, pretty much.
Got it. Yeah. I watched like a couple of those, and they did like two different like ones on like hip hop recently, so I was making sure. But yeah, that song's great.
Yeah, definitely. How was your week, Dave?
It was fun. We're just starting to play baseball now, so I got to play some baseball, and that was fun after a long off season of not playing baseball, which is not fun. And then last night I did trivia in a bar
Wow.
for we went to go get half-price burgers, my friend and I and his girlfriend.
What bar?
It was a place called Bowman's on Hartford Road.
Nice.
And we got half-price burgers, and then we decided to do some trivia, and our team name was Geraldo Triviera.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah. And we came in 4th place out of 8th,
Nice.
or out of 8, so that's not bad.
That's half.
Yeah, we're in the upper half, but we just missed getting a prize.
You're at 500, I guess.
We're above 500,
Mm.
but yeah, so that was fun. But it was we record these like 2 weeks in advance, so it's just after Valentine's Day, and all the trivia was about Valentine's Day, which
It's not your strong suit.
it's not. Yeah, holidays are not my thing.
Gary Marshall's Valentine's Day.
Yeah, not even. But yeah, so I didn't know a ton of stuff about it, but I tried, and then if I didn't know the answer, I wrote a funny answer.
Nice.
'Cause I
Sure,
could
it
do-
was
I could-
hilarious.
It was. Trivia jokers are always the ones that those guys go to bars. You gotta make their day too. They read the same bullshit all the time, and
Yeah.
so just give that guy a little chuckle.
That's like being worried about what like the karaoke guy has to play. Like
Yeah, man. You gotta think about those people. It's
I
the
mean,
little people, man.
he doesn't care.
You got a big ass head. Think about shit like that. Writing off other people.
What did you do, Amanda?
My week was alright. I am almost done with classes for the week. Just trying to adjust to a new schedule. I did my taxes on Valentine's Day. That was exciting.
Romantic.
Yeah. I also got a new computer charger on Valentine's Day, and I was just like, wow, I love getting the shit I need. And then I spent $80 on concert tickets for May, and I'm not proud. And
Mac DeMarco.
Mac DeMarco at 9:30, plus a parking pass. Fucking love him.
Bing, bing, bing.
Oh, hello.
I love him so much. Stop.
Something.
Anyway, and I'm seeing the Orwells again, so that should be something.
Oh.
Yeah, we just got their new CD in yesterday.
Yeah, I was looking at the cover. It has like a naked girl in a chair on it.
Yeah,
It's pretty cool.
the album art is actually awesome, but that's fine.
I sound like such a fucking creep. It's pretty cool.
Besides that, I haven't had much going on. I actually am like newly vegetarian, so I'm getting used to that, which like is way easier than I thought it would be. And then yeah, besides that, that's pretty much all that's new with me.
Nice.
Yeah. Did anybody watch anything good this week?
Riverdale.
Have you watched all of it?
We watched the first 2 episodes. I'm taking it like incredibly slow because
I watched all 3 in one night.
it's incredibly it's like hard to digest, like how ridiculous it is.
God, the third episode is so good. The third episode is
I'm
so
hoping,
good.
like I, the first one was just like insanity, and then like the second episode was okay, but not as good as that. So I'm glad. Like I'm glad to hear that the third one is
The
better.
third one was good. It was okay. So it's like total like hot trash.
Oh,
But
yeah.
they had
That is the only note I have written in my phone about that.
really.
Riverdale, hot trash.
Oh shit.
That's all it says.
that show's hot trash. But they do like try at least. Like they have a white privilege and a slut shaming theme in one episode, which was like a lot to take in. And like it was just funny because the actress or like the girl, it's Veronica. She's like, "That's slut shaming, and I will not stand for it."
I think my favorite line was, "Oh, did you hit that hot cougar ass, bro?"
Yeah.
Talking about how like isn't Archie's sleeping with his teacher,
Yeah.
Mrs. Grundy?
Oh
Yeah.
shit!
Yeah,
Miss
you-
Grundy?
Yeah, you don't know anything about that,
Yeah,
dude. You gotta watch it. It's at least watch the pilot. Like
I was thinking
it's fucking insane. Like
I was thinking
can't
her
believe
name
it.
was Weatherby, but that's the dude, which would have made it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Mrs. Grundy.
Also, do
Mr.
you
Weatherby.
remember a character? Was Kevin ever a character in Archie?
Oh, I have no idea.
Okay, never mind. I have a feeling like some of these characters are written for this show.
I'm
But
sure
it's only
there are
because
other,
I-
like peripheral characters
Yeah.
in high school. It's not like it's only a 5-person.
I've just
club.
never heard of someone named Kevin on Archie. But anyway,
I
yeah,
know,
Kevin's
like-
a jock, right?
Kevin's is it Betty's like gay friend?
Oh, okay. Which one is the jock? The one who said the cougar line?
Reggie
I don't know.
Maybe it is Reggie, but yeah, that guy
or Moose.
that guy is like totally ridiculous.
I love
Like,
him.
It like reminds me of this scene in American Pie, like the first like party where they're all like. Have you ever seen American Pie recently?
Not recently.
This scene where they're talking about they're like talking about Stifler's mom, like all the photos on the wall. Like the two guys are like walking around like, oh my god, dude, so hot. Like basically like that character like personified.
Yeah.
So fucking good.
I like seeing the Sprouse brother as an angsty boy.
Yeah, I noticed him. I noticed that it was him, like in the second episode. I mean,
Yeah.
that show, like, I know his face, but like,
Yeah.
didn't do anything. Whatever, like, happened to him? Why hasn't he been around forever?
Well, he and his brother went to NYU.
Oh, okay.
So they haven't really been doing much acting, but they do like modeling and stuff and just like
There's
going
two
to
of them?
NYU. Yeah, they're twins. The Sweet
Oh,
Life
shit.
of Zach and Cody.
Well, I knew that, but I thought it was the same kid.
Oh no.
I don't know
why. No.
I thought he was Zach and Cody.
No, no, it's Brillin. It's Dylan and Cole Sprouse.
Hmm. And he's Jughead.
Yeah.
And Jughead's like getting his revenge, which is awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's crazy, and I really was like blown away by it
Yeah.
in an interesting way. Honestly, the ending of both of the first two episodes are like, that's how they like reeled me back in both times. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah. What else did you watch?
Girls, dude, so fucking good. Like one of my favorite episodes of that series, honestly.
That was really good.
I just like I love that show. I'm like really gonna be bummed when it's gone.
Yeah.
It's like separating someone. Actually, like I watched Manchester by the Sea, and it's like a similar thing where there's this whole thing going on with Casey Affleck in the news being like a sketchy ass dude. I know like a lot of people don't love Lena Dunham or like shit she does and says, but she's like a controversial person. But like art and like the actual like person, when you separate them sometimes, I don't know, like I can't think of another person who's like a better writer sort of for just characters than Lena Dunham. Like she gets all those people so well, and throughout like her growing up as a person and like being affected in the real world, it's never reflected in that show. It's always about what the character is doing. You know,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's so good. I really love it.
I love Riz Ahmed.
Yeah.
I love
As like a
him.
Long Island like surfing homie,
Yeah.
so ridiculous.
Yeah.
Also,
was
that
good.
like other guy he's with,
Oh,
that's like
yeah.
that's like the thing. Like that guy is so ridiculous, but written like he still exists and belongs in that world. Like I don't know. I can't think of another show that can like make me like laugh, make me fucking sad, make me like cry, make me angry. Characters that I just completely fucking hate, but like I have to watch them because they're part of like the story, and I don't know, like it just it's crazy. Like I feel so many emotions with that show, and like they're all so genuine. Like it just like
Yeah.
brings it out of me. I really love it.
Yeah, I really like the show too.
And like, you know, I've been saying it for years that like it's a great show, and I've been genuine about it, but like people really should fucking watch that thing. Like it's something special.
Yeah.
It's super unique.
No, I really like it. I'm also gonna be sad when it ends.
Yeah. But yeah, I also
Adam
watched
Driver, man.
I watched Manchester by the Sea.
What do you
and
think?
It was fantastic. I didn't know. I mean, I knew what it was like about a little bit, but I stayed away from like trailers and like reviews and stuff. But it just came out on Blu-ray, so I picked it up, and yeah, it's so good. Have you ever seen any of his other movies? Kenneth Lonergan?
What else has he done?
Like Margaret and You Can Count on Me.
No.
I haven't seen either of those.
Yeah, those are both like great, and actually like this, it's like a perfect like trilogy sort of just like raw like human family shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This one's like a little more dramatized than the other two, but those are definitely worth checking out. But yeah, I loved it. I thought Casey Affleck's performance was like really fucking great. And the writing in that is awesome. How like I don't know, like just I believe those characters like so much, you know, and they all that world feels so like lived in and genuine, and like the big resolve at the movie, like at the end of the movie, is like I can't beat it. Like him saying like I can't beat it is like him dealing with it. Like I don't know, just the way it's written, how like these people aren't like super like intellectuals, you know, and the movie's written to like not like mock that, but like just like it's believable. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
the whole like him in the garage with all his like buddies at 2 o'clock in the morning. It's like, you know, like it just feels so real, and it's really great. And like what happens, and then like, you know, how the teenager is like acting, and how he's affected by it when he wants to be at first, but then like you come to find out that like actually is like eating at him. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's a great movie. Also check out the other two movies because those are really great as well.
Mm-hmm.
And but yeah, that's really all I watched.
I've seen Manchester.
My review: Casey Affleck packs an emotional punch.
I think the strongest part of that for me was like the grief, like you said,
Oh, yeah.
especially with the son and like the moments where it does affect him. But I didn't like it as much as I thought I would. Honestly,
Yeah.
I was just like everyone like is an asshole. And,
Well, yeah, but
except
that-
for the brother who dies. But
Yeah.
like I know that that's intentionally done. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, everyone is just so surrounded by turmoil. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the brother isn't an asshole, but he's like in as much pain for like his brother at a time, you know,
Yeah.
and then like it's just reflected back on Casey Affleck. Like, but I understand. Like,
Also, well, probably just like watch anything Michelle Williams is in.
yeah,
So.
she's in that movie for like 10 minutes, and it's like it's as like memorable as like Amy Adams in Arrival. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like it's so strong and
Definitely.
so fucking good.
What did you watch, Dave?
I watched a couple seasons of shows. I watched The Venture Brothers season 3. It's one of my favorite seasons of the show, just because it sets up a lot of the Venture universe and establishes a lot of continuity and where the show is going to go for the next couple seasons. And there's lots of character development for my favorite character, the Monarch. He's kind of like the bad guy of the show, but yeah, he gets a lot of camera time in this season. And that makes me happy.
What is that show like about?
It's about Dr. Venture he was kind of like Johnny Quest was,
Mm-hmm.
but his dad was a super scientist, and he is supposed to follow in his footsteps, but he's more into, well, he's not, he just fails, it always falls short, and he has 2 sons who are kind of fully embracing the whole like boy adventurer thing, and
Mm-hmm.
he has a bodyguard who has a lot of like government ties and things, and
But are they not like are they like superheroes?
they're not. They're just pretty much adventurer scientists.
Okay, I
and,
gotcha.
but they attract supervillains because his
Like
father
power.
was head of a super team,
Got it.
kind of like the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, kind of.
But they don't actually have like powers.
No, they don't have superpowers. There are people in the universe
That
with
do.
powers, but
Gotcha.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're mostly bad.
Never watched
guys.
that show, but
It's
I've
really
always
good.
wanted to.
There's lots of obscure music references and things like that. One of the guys used to write for the Tick cartoon.
Oh, nice.
Which was also really good.
Yeah.
So but yeah, it's a good show. I recommend it.
Anything else?
Yes. I also watched season 8 of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. That was really good too. A couple highlights for me was the episode where Charlie and Dee find love, is what it's called. They go to a restaurant with a rich brother and sister who are seemingly romantically interested in both Dee and Charlie. And of course, Mac and Dennis try to sabotage it and tell them that these people aren't really into you. It's a game that rich people play, and they're just going to humiliate you at some party. And of course, they get invited to a party. But
humiliated.
yeah, well, the girl, is actually into Charlie, but of course the guy is just basically there to humiliate Dee, and Mac gets in on it too.
Yeah.
But there's a scene at the restaurant where, they're just like trying to be really well behaved, and the date's not going very well, and a guy just brings a cart full of cheese right by Charlie, and he just flips out and just starts shoving cheese into his face.
Yes.
Dee's like, well, if he's gonna do it, I'm just gonna, and she just starts chugging wine, and talking about how she's got pit stains, and but yeah, it was really funny.
Nice.
And then the season finale of that was the cereal defense, where Dennis is eating cereal while driving in his car at a red light, and he gets rear-ended by Frank, and so they have a court, a trial to figure who is guilty for the situation, whether it's Dennis, who should not be eating, or if it's Frank for rear-ending them. And anytime they have sort of a trial or an arbitration, or there are facts against each other,
Yeah.
it's always a good episode. It never disappoints, because they're just so cutthroat and they go at each other. And then I watched the movie, the classic Clash of the Titans, not the redone one, which I will watch.
Oh, the original with Sam Worthington.
What?
He's in the remake.
Yeah. So
Was he in Avatar?
Yeah.
That's the same guy.
Yeah.
You were right. So yeah, the notes that I have.
Yeah, he was in Avatar and then like literally got shit on, basically. Like he was in like 5 other just like really bad movies that didn't do well. Like he wasn't getting cast for like, well, I mean, like Terminator Salvation. So I guess it's like they wanted it to do well. I don't know. He didn't he doesn't have a great career. Sorry.
The notes that I have just basically says Zeus gives no fucks. He basically stacks decks against people that he doesn't. There's a guy, Calabos, who is engaged to a princess, the beautiful Princess Andromeda, and so he's trying to prove himself worthy of all these things, and he slaughters all of Zeus's flying horses except for Pegasus. So Zeus decides to punish him and turns him into a hideous kind of devilish beast and banishes him to a swamp.
Wow, drain the swamp.
And all he did was he was trying to prove himself worthy. It's not like he was trying to personally slight Zeus. And then Zeus also is a guy who tricks women into sleeping with him by turning into either a stag or some sort of mystical bird, and so, yeah, Zeus.
He's like an emu.
Yeah, Zeus
Ew.
will bring out the bestiality in all the women. I don't know, but yeah, Zeus.
What the fuck?
I don't know. I didn't write the movie or mythology.
Dave, it's your fault.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
What the fuck, Dave?
You know how us Greeks are. But before this podcast, we were waiting for Adam to come over, and I made Amanda watch the Medusa scene from this. And what did you think?
Oh man. So I have been wrong about what I thought Medusa was for like years and years apparently. Because I thought Medusa was just like some like individual hot lady with like snake hair, and that was it. And I just knew that if you made eye contact with her, you'd turn to stone, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's like all I thought. I thought she was like hot, so like seeing her as like a serpent thing was very crazy. And I also didn't know that she had acid blood.
Yeah, it's true. Acid
Yeah.
blood.
I was
like,
really
yeah.
disappointed. I thought I like really wanted her to be like a hot girl.
This isn't 50 Shades Darker.
Yeah.
No, but I don't know. It's like that'd be like a really sick like superpower to have. I mean, not a superpower. Fuck.
To be a hot girl.
No, no, to fucking like turn people to stone just from looking at you.
That'd be awesome.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, I mean, she just and
I
it's
couldn't
not
work
something she can
retail.
turn on and off. Yeah, she just looks at you and there you go. You're
Yeah.
just
So
done.
to have like a really like hot woman with like all that power.
I mean, what you like? Do you? I don't understand what. Can you give me like any context of what you're trying to describe? Like, who is this hot, mysterious woman?
Just some Greek-looking hot lady. I don't know.
But she's like
I
a.
think I've seen a hot Medusa
But you said
before
you
as a
said
child.
with snake hair though, like. So she still has like the snakes on her head, but she's like
I guess,
super
but they're
attractive.
like they're like chilling. They're not like they're not like all over the place.
Wow.
Like her hair still looks normal, but they're snakes.
But they're like tame
Yeah.
garden snakes or something.
Yeah.
They're like just limp snakes. They're
Or
not,
no, she would like be like
like when she got angry.
they'd be
they
like
would move around.
activated. Yeah, they'd
Yeah.
be like attack, and then they'd be like, okay, we're not chilling anymore, and then go everywhere. That's what I thought.
I think we should just have a podcast all about Medusas.
I think we
Oh.
should just run down every Greek mythology thing and see what Amanda thinks about it.
Great, I'm down.
What's a hippogriff?
I don't know. That sounds like a Harry Potter thing, though.
Harry Potter wasn't around before the Greeks.
Are you sure?
I don't know. I haven't seen any of the films.
Yeah, me either. Or read the books.
Oh my god, y'all.
I'm a huge Fantastic Beasts fan.
I'm not.
I'm just kidding.
I haven't read the book and I don't care, but I love the books, the Harry Potter books, and I love the movies.
And I love the jelly beans and the butter beers.
Dude,
In the Harry
my
Potter
brothers
world.
and I went to Harry Potter World when I was a sophomore in high school, and we all got butterbeer, and for some reason it made both of them violently ill, but I was like completely fine. And my mom was really upset and like didn't want to leave Universal yet because she paid like $100 to get each of us in there. So we tried to just like go sit down and like watch a movie. And of all movies, we picked Project X.
Nice.
Oh.
And so
Terrible.
we were all sitting in the theater, and we were like the only ones in the theater. And my brothers were like taking turns running out of the movie to go vomit.
Like all the people in that movie.
Yeah, but like less less intoxicated.
with more clothes on and less intoxicated.
Yeah. And yeah, so that was
That movie sucks.
great. Yeah, that movie does.
Yeah.
Like I can't believe Miles Teller is in it,
Oh yeah.
the baseball boy. But anyway, I
Wow.
watched a couple things this week. I saw 20th Century Women, and I loved it. And I actually ended up watching it twice in 1 week. I didn't realize that it was the same director as Beginners until after watching it, but looking back, it makes a lot of sense with like the visuals that were going on and everything, when like the voiceovers and those like types of montages. But really, I thought it was a really awesome movie. It was kind of centered around this 15-year-old boy, and it was like somewhat of an ode to all the women that kind of like shape his life and are like helping raise him, and like the things that he's picking up on from them about like their experience and or experiences. But all of their problems were like super relatable and modern, and I also really want to just like marry Greta Gerwig. I just love her to death. And yeah, it was really good. I also liked seeing I really don't think I had seen, okay, so the guy from Almost Famous who was sleeping with Kate Hudson.
Billy Crudup.
Yep.
Crudup?
I haven't seen him.
Crudup?
Yeah. I
Sorry.
haven't seen him since Almost Famous, so I was just kind of like, here's this guy.
He's in a
who
bunch
still
of-
looks good.
He's been in a bunch of stuff since then. Like, he's a consistent actor, but he's always in, like, under the radar stuff.
Oh, okay.
He was in Watchmen for, like, a minute. Well,
Huh.
did you ever see Watchmen?
A very long time ago. I think I
He's,
was
like, the
13 or
big
14.
blue guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he plays, like, that. The guy, he's him before Dr. Manhattan turns into Dr.
Oh, okay.
Manhattan. So he's only in the movie for, like, a little bit, but...
Yeah. But yeah, it was awesome. I recommend it to anyone, really.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that.
Yeah, it's so good. I also saw Passengers, and all I have written is Passengers, long dash, ugh. because
Yes.
I hated it.
Yeah. I can't wait to see that.
I
Just to hate watch it. I've heard it's ridiculous.
I hate watched it, and I'm just wow.
I can't wait.
My question is, how many more outer space movies are going to come out in this decade? And also, while I was watching, there was a point towards the end where I thought Chris Pratt was going to die, and all I was thinking was, if he dies, I'm going to be so fucking mad. And then that was about it. That was really what I picked up. Every time Jennifer Lawrence was talking, I was just like,
yeah.
Ugh, stop.
Yeah, you hate J-Law.
Yeah, I do, but it's okay. I'm
But
not gonna get started.
Do you have anything else?
I have one more thing.
Okay. I would just want to talk about Beginners with you, but go ahead.
Okay, and then the last movie I'm gonna mention is Patterson.
Paddington?
No.
I saw Paddington.
I love Paddington.
That motherfucker loves marmalade.
Yo, he loves throwing at the pitch at Cubs games.
Oh yeah, he does. Mr. Cub bringing the heat.
So, last movie I'm going to mention is Patterson. I am really not sure if I, really, really liked it or not. It's about this couple, and the guy is Adam Driver, and his wife, I'm not sure who plays the wife, but she's, beautiful. And it's just, them living in a house, and both of them are doing their own thing. He's a bus driver, and he writes poetry in his free time. And then she has, a cupcake business, or is starting a cupcake business, and, wants to learn guitar, and is just doing all these things to kind of just do positive things for herself and everything. Not really happens story wise in the movie. It's really more of just a look into their lives. And I don't know, but I watched it mostly just because Adam Driver was the lead, so I was automatically interested. But it was probably one of the most relaxing movies I've ever seen. There's a lot of voiceovers of Adam Driver just, reading poetry.
Nice.
Yeah, and then also, the dynamic with him and his wife is, I don't think I've seen, a recent movie where a couple is, more in love. And they're just, so, content with their lives.
Yeah.
And just so, okay with each other and everything. And that was, really nice to see, too. And, for those reasons, I would recommend it. But just know that it's not really, a conflict resolution story or anything like that. It's really just you're looking and you're experience. It's you experience a week in their lives through this movie.
Yeah, now that I look it up, I remembered that I wanted to see that really bad.
Yeah, I would recommend it.
I'm also on the IMDb page currently. Adam Driver is top billed as Patterson. Golshifteh Farahani is billed as Laura, and there's a dog billed third. Nellie, played by Marvin, it says, which is awesome.
That dog is a character.
Yeah.
Also, the two kids from Moonrise Kingdom have a very small scene together in it, because he's a bus driver, so you overhear people's conversations, and they have a conversation on the bus, and it's really cool because I was I haven't seen either of you since you were 12.
Is it Moonrise Kingdom based conversation?
No,
no. That would be.
They're talking about anarchists.
Oh.
And I'm okay. But it was, I don't know, it was cool.
That's cool.
She was in Manchester by the Sea, though.
Really?
Yeah, she was one of the kids' girlfriends.
Sally or Susie or whatever.
I think it was Susie. Yeah.
One of them was cool. Actually, they're both cool. Didn't he... I don't know why I don't have an opinion on either one of those girls, but I like how Casey Affleck at one point is no, they can't come over. She can't come over because I don't like her.
Yeah.
What business do you have liking that girl or not?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's so funny.
What did you want to say about Beginners?
Oh, just that I think it's great. I didn't know that you had ever seen it.
The last time I saw it was when it first came out. I really want to rewatch it, especially after... Especially after watching 20th Century Women, I kind of want to go and revisit it because there's a lot that I have forgotten, and I definitely know that. But what I've read online is it at least rings true from what I can remember. It was Beginners is kind of an ode to fathers,
right?
And 20th Century Women is definitely more about mothers,
well,
which is a really cool thing to do in your career as a director.
I'm pretty sure some of it is sort of autobiographical too, or based in some reality too. I remember reading that about Beginners and his dad coming out after his mom dies. There's apparently some truth to that. So I wanted to just say I think it's that was what I was going to bring up was I wonder if this, because in Beginners he's a kid when he has a really good relationship with his mom. He's an older man dealing with his dad throughout that whole movie, but I wonder like what the I wonder like if this is like the ode to like the truth in like his own mother. You know what I'm saying? Like
that would be really interesting.
I wonder what one is like is real, or if either of those mother characters are real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that would be really interesting because like it's established in the beginning that like the dad had left and like has a new life and is like completely out of the picture for the.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, so that would be really interesting. I want to rewatch Beginners very badly.
You need to. Also, like the world needs more Melanie Laurent. Like.
Oh yeah. Have you seen that movie she directed?
I don't know what happened to her, but I miss her. I love you.
Have you seen...
Shoshana. Au revoir, Shoshana.
Have you seen that movie? I can't even stand you. Have you seen that movie that she directed?
You're all gonna burn. What is it called?
Breathe.
No.
It's a French movie, but she directed it, and it's so fucking good.
She's in another movie. I think it was like right before.
Now You See Me.
No. No, Now You See Me Too. No. Now You See Me 3, Pete. No. No, it was called The Beat That My Heart Skipped, I think. It's like an old, like a French movie that came out like right before Inglourious Bastards.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
It's not really worth, like, it was alright. Pretty basic.
Breathe is really good.
That's cool.
You should definitely see
I'm excited. I wonder if she's just like working over there and that's why we don't really like hear much from her anymore.
I'm not sure.
Seriously, like, plays one of my, like, favorite characters of all time. I think about that character all the time.
Who was that?
Shoshana from Inglourious Bastards. You remember that character?
I haven't seen it.
What?
I haven't. It's on the list.
You gotta watch it.
All right.
I will.
Next week on the podcast, we're reviewing Inglourious Bastards.
It's actually his pick.
Yeah.
Right.
We're watching Goosebumps.
Right. I'm going to pick Inglourious Bastards.
Okay. Well, would you guys like to move on?
Sure.
Yeah.
Was there anything else you wanted to say?
Nah.
Okay.
No.
Well, I know a movie that we all watch.
I was thinking the other day, like, I wonder how long I know a movie we all watch. How long that's going to last. I almost feel like it's like just a running gag at this point. Like, I love it.
Sweet. But anyway, I really do, though.
I really do know a movie.
Yeah.
What movie was that?
Fargo.
I wish I had an air horn app.
So we all watched Fargo this week. Okay, well, it was my second time watching this ever in my 21 going on 22 years of life. And the last time I had seen it, I was a junior in high school. And there's a lot that I completely forgot about it, so I was really glad that I was able to revisit it.
When were you born?
1995.
Oh, this movie came out when you were 1 year. You were a year old.
Sweet.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I watched it when I was 17. It was my last day of junior year, and it was really rainy out, and we watched Fargo and Drive.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good double feature.
Oh yeah. So there's a lot that I completely forgot about the movie. Like I completely forgot that Margie was pregnant.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So when I saw her, I was like, "Is she fucking pregnant?"
Oh yeah, she is.
Yeah.
She's like super fucking pregnant.
Well,
yeah.
She's 7 months.
Yeah. It's pretty
that's
got a
pretty.
little ways to go.
That's pretty pregnant.
That's like decently pregnant.
She's over
so
5.
Like
she's
trimester.
over 500.
More pregnant than not.
What did you just?
I said she's over 500.
Not pounds.
Well, I know. What were you? Okay.
I'm just making a reference back to the first time I said. Never mind.
Okay, sorry.
Comedy is repetition.
Anyway.
I'm sorry. Do you know what being over 500 means?
No.
Okay, it's like it's a baseball or a sports term when you've won more games than you've lost. So you played 50 games in a season, you won 30, lost 20, you're 10 over 500.
Oh.
That's all. And I can't remember what we were talking about it for earlier, over 500, but I don't know. Just explain it to you.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's okay. Anyway, completely forgot that she was pregnant. That was pretty crazy. That was definitely just a extra layer added to everything else that was happening in the movie.
Yeah.
It was That's definitely one of my favorite, if not my favorite, Frances McDormand movies. Sometimes I really like her, and then sometimes I just don't. And this is like she's my favorite character in this movie.
Have you seen like her in any other Coen Brothers stuff?
Was she in Burn After Reading?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She's in Blood Simple. She's in like a handful of their stuff. You know that like she's married to one of them.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So they always get like really good performances out of her. I feel like.
Yeah. Yeah,
But-
she's a interesting lady.
Yeah.
So sometimes I'm like maybe it's because I saw Almost Famous when I was so young. I was like, oh, she's like the overbearing mother,
Yeah.
like all the time. But I don't know.
That's interesting. We have like totally different views of not like the character, but like her as a person. Like she like reminds me of my aunt, and like literally like looks like my aunt.
Oh really?
And like I've just like always thought that since I was like a kid seeing her in movies. So like I've had like a weird mental thing there. But like this performance is like probably like my favorite female character like ever. Like
Yeah, she's
Yeah, one of
so
them.
so wholesome.
but
in
but
this, that-
but so good at what she does.
Yeah.
And like the on off switch with her is like so subtle.
Yeah.
But she's like she knows what the fuck she's out there doing, like which
Yeah.
is awesome.
uncorruptible.
Yeah. It's crazy.
No, she was really good. My favorite part about the movie was definitely the accents.
Oh, yeah.
That was definitely it. Like,
Yeah, it's
there was,
written.
like
to
there
the
was
T.
some fucked up shit going on, and everyone was just like, "Oh, jeez."
Yeah.
Like, damn.
Well, that's like the weird, like that is like the dynamic of the movie. Like
Yeah.
it's like just fucking cold, like Midwestern. Like you'd never think like this would be going on, and then literally there's like blood on the ice at the end of the movie. Like I don't know. It's so rad. Like
It was a very cold movie to watch.
yes, cold blooded too. Just like every character is fucking the worst person for the most part. I mean, like the good guys are the good guys, but like all the bad characters are like the worst. Like Jerry.
Yeah,
Jerry's a fucking
shit
asshole.
bag,
He's
yeah.
I don't know. Like I feel like Jerry's like a worse person than Gare. Gare's like
Yeah.
literally goes around like just shooting people who get in car accidents. Like, you know.
Well, he didn't shoot. That was Carl that shot. Or no, wait, you're right. He did shoot those. Yeah, Carl.
Yeah, the scene when he like the car flips,
Yeah.
the guy gets out, like runs, and his wife is like trapped in the car, and like it's just like it's insane. Like, dude is like running like helplessly, and like he like, just like slowly walks over the car, and just like they show like the cut of her like in the car, and then it flashes out, and just him like taking care of business, like going to eat some pancakes.
But it's funny that after that scene right there, Marge has the same opportunity to do the same thing to him, but she goes for a leg shot.
Oh, yeah.
That's another thing about her being like completely uncorruptible and just so lawful. Is
Yeah.
that she's not going to shoot this guy in the back. She's going to shoot him in the leg. And make
Even
sure
though
that
she just watched him
Yeah.
putting another human in a
dismember
wood chipper.
somebody and
Yeah,
get rid of that body
so crazy.
in a disgusting way.
But yeah, this movie from the beginning is just written so smart. Like it's such a rich world that they are like put into with like the car dealership being like the thing because it leads to like other people and like the guy he's like in business with sort of who like led him to Steve Buscemi.
Yeah. Or actually, he was led to.
Yeah, to Gare, and like that's the thing. Like Gare like brought his friend
Mhm.
or whatever, his friend Steve Buscemi's character along.
Speaking of Gare, doesn't the actor who plays Gare look exactly like Ryan Gosling and Bruce Willis, like smushed together?
I mean, I guess.
I agree.
You agree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They totally do. With like
Okay.
the blonde hair, I was like, anytime Gare was driving, I was like, is this Drive?
Does he have blonde hair in that movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Drive?
Oh, it's like his normal hair color, but it's like light.
Does Bruce Willis have blonde hair? Or does he just look like
He
Bruce
is-
Willis?
He just looks like Bruce Willis.
Okay.
Like the face with Ryan Gosling's just like put together.
Gotcha.
Alright.
One of my favorite things about the movie was the dynamic between Marge and Norm.
Yeah.
Just when she got the phone call in the middle of the night, he insists on waking up. You gotta have breakfast.
Yeah.
Breakfast. So he makes her some eggs, and then on the way back, she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna pick him up some night crawlers," and
Yeah.
she just hands him a bag of worms, and it's like,
Yeah,
she-
they love each other.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
and
awesome.
even like you can tell when they go to the buffet together, they're just piling food on. Like,
Yeah.
they're at the point now where they're just like,
They're eating for two.
let's just fucking get fat.
Yeah.
Have
No,
kids.
they're so great, like,
Yeah.
so like wholesome, and like the moral point, the compass of the movie, basically. Like, I love
So
that.
supportive of each other too. Even like when
Yeah, he's like he paints
yeah,
ducks.
the
That's what he
stamp.
does in his fucking spare time.
Yeah, and his painting nemesis wins, and she's like, "Well, a lot of people use the 3-cent stamp."
Yeah.
And she's very encouraging about it.
Yeah, so cool.
Yeah.
I love those two.
My other favorite duo, though, were the prostitutes that got interviewed.
Oh, yeah.
They were fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
They were.
Just
that's like a great.
yeah, it's
That's a
such a
perfect
good scene.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't know. He's funny looking in a general kind of way.
So William, so William H. Macy's a pretty wild guy.
Like the actor, or do you just mean in this movie?
I mean both,
Oh yeah.
because he's a wild actor. Like Boogie Nights, where his wife is just like fucking dudes the entire time, and then he just like snaps and shoots everyone.
He shoots
and
himself.
then he shoots himself after shooting the wife and the
Oh
guy.
yeah, those two. Yeah.
And then
Well, it's all
and
good.
then Shameless.
Yeah, Allie's been watching Shameless.
I've been watching Shameless since it started in 2011, and I like loyalty watch at this point, but that show is fucking crazy, and
Yeah.
especially his character is crazy. He's just like a full-blown alcoholic, drug addict, asshole,
Yeah.
and like whatever. But seeing him, I don't know, seeing him in this compared to like how I'm used to seeing him, or how I've been seeing him for like one season for the past, like 7 years,
Yeah.
is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
So
Have you ever seen the movie Mystery Men?
yeah, but like a very long time
Yeah.
ago.
I thought that was kind of the only movie that I've seen that I can remember right now where he played a character that has positive growth, and for the
Yeah.
most part, usually he just kind of plays a guy who he plays a great fuck up.
Yeah.
And, this movie's no different.
He's a wild guy, especially in this movie.
Yeah.
Crazy how like a simple exaggeration of the truth kind of stretched out into like one epic styled trip.
Yeah.
So
Well, it's his deal.
yeah.
It's my deal.
Yeah.
My deal.
Yeah, and he just doesn't make anything better at all.
Oh,
Every
yeah.
time there's something that he wants to make better, it just gets so much worse.
Also, he's
by-
like living under Wade's boot. I
Yeah.
feel like
Yeah.
he's like
absolutely.
that guy just doesn't listen to a fucking thing he says. Like, it's crazy.
And like when he like ditched the interview with Marge, I was
Yeah.
like, are you
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
kidding? I
Yeah.
was like, did you really think it would be okay?
Yeah.
All he had to do was just play that straight, and he fucked up everything.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Like he.
By being a dick.
Well,
Yeah,
but
he
but
didn't
but if you
even-
think about it, like, oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say she didn't even suspect him
Yeah.
at all, and he just
He like started sweating and
Yeah.
just like
And-
ran out.
get off my back, man.
Yeah.
And, like she was like, "Oh, there's no need to get snippy."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
But-
crazy. Like, I don't know, just like him going through with all of this for like that's his wife that he like is like getting
Yeah.
kidnapped, and like, he like doesn't, he just is like the most like morally like reprehensible asshole. I feel like it's crazy because like he's like is he the main character? Would you call him the main character?
He maybe isn't the main character,
I don't
but
think
he's
he's
the
the main
driving force of the entire story.
I mean,
like, everything starts
is
with
there a
him.
main character?
I would
kind
think
of?
if anybody is, it's Frances McDormand. I think
Yeah,
she's
I
the
would say
main
Marge is
character.
probably.
But
and
she's
then
but
he's the villain
yeah.
because he's the mastermind, regardless of whether he thinks he is or not.
Yeah, I guess
he's
you're right.
The guy who is responsible to put all these events in motion,
Yeah.
and he hires the
Yeah.
guys. So I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
he's technically, I would say, the villain.
Well, no, I'm not. But I'm asking, like, is there a main character of this movie? Frances McDormand doesn't show up until like 45
half hour
minutes.
in,
Yeah,
yeah.
half whatever. Like, I mean, it's just kind of interesting. Like the three corners of this thing, every angle. So like him, and then like the two like ruthless guys, but mainly just Steve Buscemi because Peter Stormare's character Gare doesn't fucking talk.
Yeah.
Except like when he wants pancakes. But I don't know, like it's like, they all have their time as like the leading character, kind of just pretty weird.
I do think that I'm going to stick with her being the main character, even though she doesn't show up until later, because I think it wouldn't have had as much of an impact if they didn't show what the stakes were at the beginning, and they had to like set everything up in a way where they had to set everything up to where when she's introduced, you're like, who the fuck is this?
Yeah.
And then she just shows how much of a badass she really is.
Yeah.
You need to see what she's up against before you can see how awesome she is.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. I don't really know what is interesting. It just kind of came out. Fuck.
Great. Well, a question that I had written down, but I really don't know. Like, who's your guys' favorite character? Like, who do you guys like the most? Are you gonna say Margie?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Norm.
Okay.
I think that guy, as awesome as Margie is, he is such a compliment to her.
Yeah.
In every way. Like when those two are on screen together, you know they're gonna be cute as shit, and nothing's wrong when they're on the screen.
Yeah, Marge is my favorite character, maybe ever. Top 3 favorite characters of all time. She's just like the strongest. They put her. She's kind of like a boring person in the sense that like those two like sit in their bed when they're home alone together at night. Like they don't do much, and she's not like out to do much except for like fucking eat a bunch of food because she's like a crazy hungry pregnant lady. Like the like that side of this character, like the subtle side where she's just like chilling at home versus the like badass cop fucking detective while she's still like a super pregnant lady. I don't know, like she is that fucking Paul Bunyan statue, I feel like, in this movie. Like she's like that monolithic, basically, I feel like, because like she's just walking around fucking figuring it out without even like hardly trying. Right, you know what I mean? It's like basic detective shit.
Well, even when she shows up to the crime scene, she just can tell what goes on immediately. She's like, oh, well, this happened, and this guy, he's smaller than the other guy. You know, he moved this car, dragged him off the road.
Right.
I guess they saw him and shot him.
Yeah, it's crazy.
She puts it together fairly quick.
But
Who's your favorite character?
Marge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I love her.
Now, should we do like a second favorite character? Just because we all... Or like a least favorite character? Or like a most hated character?
Who's your most hated?
I mean, I guess it would have to be Jerry. Would be, you know, because this whole thing, if he would have just swallowed his pride... Well, first of all, if you didn't embezzle money, you wouldn't have to worry about swallowing pride and asking for a loan.
From his own dad's...
Yeah, from his own
or his own
father-in-law.
stepdad.
You know?
Oh, yeah, father-in-law, stepdad.
But, and then... Yeah. I just think that he... You know, and then everything he did, again, made things worse. You know, he was consistently making poor decisions.
Yeah.
I think my second favorite character is Carl.
Carl's like he is my most hated character.
Really?
But probably for the same reasons that you are saying that you like, he's your second favorite. Like
he just has his shitty quirks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, like he's such a fucking scumbag. Like
yeah, no, he definitely is.
You know, Jerry's like the big bad, like morally, but he's like the annoying one because, you know, of the two villain characters, or like the two like hitman guys, like he's the one that is always fucking running his mouth, and you have to like listen to every stupid ass thing he has to say, and like, you know, the whole like fucking Clockwork Orange like reference, the like, you're in some in and out. Like, it's just like he's such a sleazy fucking creep. I don't know. It's funny.
I don't know. A lot of times I just think that Steve Buscemi's a great actor and everything, but usually when I see him in movies, I'm just like, what a slime ball.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, he definitely, like, plays in the part, but for some reason this movie is where I'm just like, this is, like, necessary.
Well, a lot of actors, that's a bad thing about doing your job well when you're a bad guy is, you know, people can't separate your acting career from
he's a
your
great
real life.
actor.
Yeah. And, you know, a lot of people are just like, I fucking hate that guy. And I mean, I, you know, to this day, I saw Sleepers and it's like, man, fuck Kevin Bacon. But I can separate it. Like, if I saw him in the street, I wouldn't be like, fuck you, Kevin Bacon.
Yeah. I would be like, fuck you for making Stir of Echoes, Kevin Bacon.
You know, that guy convinced people to hate him.
Yeah.
Like, he did a good job. That's
Sleepers is like the movie about the kids that go to the like detention.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that was rough.
That movie's fucked up.
Yeah.
Fucked up. Steve Buscemi forever is just in my head. Yeah, as that character in Billy Madison, like he's forever just laying down on a couch somewhere, putting lipstick on his face. Like in my mind, that's like where he stays.
One thing about that is there were a lot of similarities between
Billy
Carl
Madison.
Showalter and Mr. Pink, I thought. Especially there was a part when they were talking about like the bill, I think, when they were getting pancakes and he was talking about tips, and it's that's kind of the same guy. And I kind of thought that maybe they could be existing, as the same person.
That's like a dream that Coen Brothers characters are like shared with the Tarantino universe. Like,
I mean, it was
shit.
feasible with that character just because of the similarities with. I mean, and even and it's also because it's Steve Buscemi playing him. But he dies in Fargo, but it's not really clear whether or not he dies in Reservoir Dogs. If you turn the sound up at the end, you can hear the cops pull up when he runs outside with the briefcase, and you hear gunshots. Yeah. You don't know if he gets shot. You don't know if he's dead. He's dead. You don't know.
Is he a replicant? I feel like we're having this conversation.
No, he could have been, just shot in the leg or something and, taken in. It doesn't mean
I
he's necessarily dead.
That's true.
But they don't give a name for Mr. Pink either.
Yeah.
So you never know. It could be him.
I haven't seen Reservoir Dogs in a long time, but is there a possibility that he's like a cop?
Mr. Pink?
Yeah.
No.
No,
not. Especially not at the end, where again you hear the gunshots.
Yeah,
but
true.
It could be feasible.
And that's the Coen Brothers Fargo.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Fargo Dogs.
The guy who is the cinematographer of this movie is fucking awesome. Roger Deakins, shout out. He directed. He's not a director. He's a cinematographer. Sam. Roger Deakins, shout out my goo punch head. But no, he just works with like such awesome directors. Like he worked with he's made like almost every one of the Coen Brothers movies. He's a cinematographer for like all their movies.
Oh, really?
Almost. And he worked with Sam Mendes, he did like Revolutionary Road and like Skyfall. And Skyfall is fucking
Didn't Sam Mendes do
beautiful.
Away We Go?
Maybe someone Mendes. Yeah. And he's Denis Villeneuve's cinematographer now too. Well, he didn't do Arrival, but he did do Prisoners and Sicario.
It was Sam Mendes.
For real?
Yeah.
Who directed Away We Go?
Yeah.
Crazy. What else? Revolutionary Road?
Hold on.
What's that face about?
She just won.
Wow. Yeah, Revolutionary Road, American Beauty, Spectre, Skyfall, Jarhead.
Oh, yeah.
I love Jarhead.
I thought Skyfall was good, too.
I just don't care about Bond.
Yeah.
That's just me.
I like him.
I mean, I don't really give a fuck either, to be honest with you.
Casino Royale was good. I liked that one. But after that, I just...
Yeah, Skyfall's good. And I like seeing Skyfall. Or I like Skyfall because, fucking dude from fucking No Country for Old Men is the villain.
Yeah.
Javier Bardem.
Yeah, he was great in that.
Friendo. Also, there's like the fucking whole ending of that movie is like the Home Alone setup. Do you remember they're like booby trapping the house basically? Pretty funny. That movie's pretty good. I'll watch Skyfall again soon. But yeah, I don't really give a fuck about Bond. Like I tried once and I was like, fuck it.
I mean, there are some great Bond movies, and then there are some
Moonraker.
That's the thing about when there are so many of things, they can't all be good.
I saw what's the first one? Like
Dr. No.
Yeah, I saw Dr. No a while ago, and the only thing I remember about that movie is like he at the end is like trying to escape something that's like about to blow up. And like the camera is shaking, and it's fucking Sean Connery?
Yeah.
Sean Connery is like, he's wearing like a giant scientist, or like a giant like coverall with like a face, you know what I'm saying? Like one of those like plastic things.
Suits.
Yeah, a hazmat suit. And he's just like, he's looking around, but he can't see past like where the screens of the hazmat suit are. And like, you're literally like looking at the actor like half of his face in some scenes. Like, I don't know. That's like really the only thing I remember about that movie.
Would you recast anyone?
You guys go first.
I was thinking that yes,
Maybe.
I would recast Wade Gustafson with potentially. I was thinking about it, and I don't know if he was dead or not at the time, or if he's even dead now. But I would say I think he needed to be more of a badass, and I think Lee Marvin would have been a good recasting for Wade.
Yeah, I like Wade. I like the actor who plays Wade because
not saying that he did a bad job.
Yeah. I just like that he like I don't know I like that guy's cadence, like he's very just he says what he means and that's it. And
yeah,
you know, and I guess it's more like the writing, but just the way that guy pulls it off is like. But I actually, who is Lee Marvin?
Lee Marvin was on. He directed a lot of things.
Yeah,
but he was on MASH.
Oh, okay.
As I want to say he was like the main general guy.
Gotcha. General MASH.
General MASH. Or the guy who was in charge.
Who would you recast?
I would recast Gare as both Ryan Gosling and Bruce Willis.
God. I don't get it.
You don't get it?
I mean, like, I get it. I just can't see it. I can see Ryan Gosling a little bit, but he just doesn't remind me of Bruce Willis, like, at all. But that's fair.
Who would you recast?
I've been thinking about this, like, all day long. I would keep all the same, like, adult actors. But Scotty's little ass is getting recast with Scotty's little ass. Ben Savage, who's
nice.
Corey from Boy Meets World, and I actually just looked it up and it like fits because that show started in '93, so he would have been like roughly that kid's age.
That's awesome.
Also, I love that kid. I love he drops like the F word at the table.
There's no fucking way.
Over like hockey practice. I'm like, same. There's no fucking way. But yeah.
Did either of you have anything else you wanted to say about Fargo?
No.
The wood chipper scene is awesome.
Yeah.
How like blatantly like violent this movie gets sometimes is like incredibly jarring and like still fucking makes me like cringe every time I watch it. It's like a perfect movie. Some of like the best writing I can like think of, honestly. Like it's so smart.
One thing that I really did like about the wood chipper scene was how it wasn't like it was obscured by the trees initially. Like when she's coming up, you can see the blood, you know, she has her gun drawn.
Yeah.
And she's like creeping up on him and she can see that there's something going on and she sees all the blood and she hears that, but you can't see what it is at first until she like gets close enough and then you see he's jamming a leg into it, pushing it down with a stick.
Yeah.
Or a board.
Also, just like the red blood against all of the snow and like the white landscape was just fucking crazy.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, a lot of interesting like contrasts like that. Like the blood on the snow and like the good versus evil and like the, you know, like the small Midwestern mindset versus like the big city like hitmen bad boys. It's such a great movie.
All right. All right, well, I guess that wraps it up for this episode of Filmspeak. If you like what you've been hearing, make sure you check us out on social media. We are on Instagram at Filmspeak, Twitter at FilmspeakPod. We have a Facebook page, we have a YouTube channel, and we are on SoundCloud, and we are actively trying to get our stuff onto iTunes. Hopefully by this time, or the time that this is posted, we'll have figured that out. But yeah, also feel free to comment on our stuff or send us any messages or anything if you just want to talk to us or want to hear us what we have to say about anything. So yeah, besides that, I hope y'all have a good week. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
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 Funny looking. Can you be any more specific? I couldn't really say. He wasn't circumcised.